Sovereignty or humanity? Let's talk Venezuela, not as partisans, but as people of conscience. So, before now, Venezuela was once a wealthy country, a nation that once was one of the richest in Latin America. Venezuela has one of the largest known oil reserves in the world, more than Saudi Arabia. Oil used to be the backbone of the economy. But as of today, almost 7 to 8 million Venezuelans have fled their homeland. This represents about 23% of the population in what has become one of the largest displacement crises in the world. Today in Venezuela, many families cannot find food, they can't afford medicine, and so they can't even trust the person governing them. Under the president, Nicolas Maduro, power has become concentrated in one man. Courts, elections, opposition voices have been weakened. Many people who try to speak are being punished or silenced. So this has led to many people fleeing Venezuela. And this represents 1 in every 4 Venezuelans. This level of migration has made Venezuela one of the largest refugee situations in the world, comparable to crises in Syria, Afghanistan, and South Sudan. Now, let me ask you a simple question. What kind of sovereign country forces its own citizens to run for their lives? We are told sovereignty means do not interfere. It is their internal problem. But when people are starving, when hospitals collapse, when elections are not fair, whose sovereignty are we protecting? The country's or one man's power? At the same time, we must be honest. The United States went into Venezuela, captured Maduro, and acted without international approval. So under the international law, countries are normally not allowed to attack others unless they are defending themselves or the United Nations agrees. So yes, by the law book, the US likely violated international rules. But here's the painful question many people are asking. What happens when the law protects dictators better than it protects the people? International law also talks about human rights. It says government must not torture their people, they must respect elections, they must protect life and dignity. So, when the government breaks those rules again and again, should the world just watch? This is the dilemma. If the world interferes, we say they violated sovereignty. If the world stays silent, we are forced to ask, did we choose law and abandon humanity? In a situation like this, think about an average Venezuelan. To them, sovereignty means nothing because what they want is simple, a chance to live. So here is the harder question that many might not want to ask. If a dictator refuses to live, refuses to listen, and destroys his people's future, is outside intervention still wrong, even if it ends suffering in the long run? Maybe the US action broke international law, but maybe it also broke a circle of hopelessness. This does not mean we should celebrate invasions. It means we must think deeply about something bigger. When should humanity come first? Some people say the United States only invades countries where it has interest. There's a truth in that. Powerful nations act where there is something at stake, whether it is resources, strategy, alliance, or influence. Venezuela's oil wealth has made it a target for geopolitical competition. But it is also true that the US doesn't send troops cheaply. Intervention costs enormous amounts of money. Military resources, political capital, all these aren't cheap. Now the question is, if Nicolas Maduro kept Venezuela's vast resources in his own hands instead of using it to feed the people, then of what real use were these resources to the ordinary Venezuelans? In any economy where citizens truly benefit from the system, they will be the ones to stand up and fight against an invader. But in Venezuela, millions choose to flee with so many questions left unanswered. Who protects people when their own government becomes their biggest threat? And that is the question Venezuela forces us to face. Should we protect sovereignty even when it protects oppression? Or should we protect humanity even when it challenges the rules? It is a truth at a time. Take care and have a nice day.